you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time for yet another early game guide here at Champions Arena. Today we're going to look at progression in the game, because the most common questions that I'm getting is, how do you level up quickly? What should I be spending my currency on? How can I be efficient in moving through the game? So we're gonna look at early game progression here, and we're gonna do so from a mostly free-to-play point of view. If you'd like to spend a lot on gems, you can certainly speed things up. You might be able to go some different routes, but we're not going to be entirely free-to-play, because yes, this game can be free-to-play. I will say the free-to-play experience itself is not all that great. You can really unlock a lot more progression, a lot more, you can help yourself out quite a bit if you spend just $1, okay? That's all you need to do, is spend just $1, the minimum amount you can spend on gems, whatever that is in your currency if you're in other countries. And what that's gonna unlock down here, if we come to the estate, is that's going to help us unlock the market. So, hey, we've got our level 10 Altar of Champions. We're going to talk about that here in a second. If you're summoning champions, you should use BestSummons. I'll tell you why as we get to that part of the video here. But in this market here, you can sell items that you get from raids a lot of times for gems. So you have to use paid gems in order to buy things here. So you're free to play or just spending a little bit, you're not really going to be buying things in the market, but you can sell things in the market. So like I could come here, I could sell some of this gear, you can sell extra soul stones, you can sell some of the XP items you find, you can sell some gold here, whatever the case is. But in order to sell anything, so if I want to list this, even if I want to list it for 50, that's the lowest price right here, you see I have to put up a 5 gem listing deposit. If you are completely free to play, you have no way to get gems, so you can't pay the deposit to start listing items. If you just go get any amount of gems, the lowest amount that it'll let you buy, you can then use that to list items, and then just make sure you're always keeping a small stash of gems so that you can pay the listing fee. And then you can sell your items to get gems, and that's going to open up a lot more things for you. For example, you can progress a little faster, get some soul stones for your champions by coming here and summoning to the Altar of Champions. So you should always use the normal summons, because the premium summons guarantees a hero. It costs 5 times as much. You can go here to the normal summons and you're not guaranteed a hero, but if you use BestSummons, if you use this estate, you have a 20% chance of summoning a full champion. So it costs 1/5 of the price. You have 1/5 of the rate of getting a champion. So your rate's going to be about the same there. You're going to play with RNG a little bit more. But the good thing is that you actually will get more soul stones per summon by using a normal summons. So when you get your gems, if you want to come here, summon, collect some champions, and that will allow you to promote them. So if you get, whether you're just pulling the stones themselves that you can promote, like you can see here, when we get 120 stones of roots, I can now promote him to the 2nd green star. If you get a full character, you can come here to dismantle. I don't have any duplicates right now, so they're all grayed out. But if you get a full champion that you already have that's a duplicate, you can then dismantle them, and you can get bonus shards, you can get some essence, you can even get some XP depending on their rarity. So that is a way that you can star up your champions, is going to the market, selling some of the items that you get, and then using them to summons. There's a few other things you can spend gems on, but let's go to how are you getting those items. Again, I want to talk about the marketplace first, just to establish that go get some gems so you can use that marketplace. But a lot of the ways you are acquiring them is through Mayhem here. So when you go through Mayhem, you have 2 options. You can scan the world, and we're going to spend essence here. All of these are going to spend essence. You can scan the world. You will potentially see some raids pop up. So here's one. This is actually a great one for me. If I go into that, it's a level 40 raid. Unfortunately, my guys are mining right now. If I wasn't making a video, I would go pull them from the mine and try to join that. Join every single raid that you find. Even if it's a level 300 raid and you have level 10 characters, it doesn't matter. You get rewards just for joining the raid. It's not going to be much. It's just going to be a little bit of XP. But if you build up some of those XP, stacks of XP, you can go sell them on the market and get more gems. So absolutely join every single raid. I'm working on a raid guide right now. Maybe can help you do a little bit more damage. Maybe get some better rewards, even in those higher tier raids that you wouldn't normally think you could do much in. So like the channel, stay tuned for that video. But for right now, just make sure you join every single raid. And then you can also come in here and explore. So you are just going to set some champions. I've got very weak champions here because again, most of mine are currently mining, but you can send them off and just hit explore. This is going to spend 10 essence. So 10 essence, you have a chance to find your own raid. You have a chance to find mines. I typically find, now it's going to vary and the game's going to constantly change. I typically find that I get better value per essence by scanning and joining other people's raids than I do with my own, by exploring and trying to find my own. The one thing about exploring though is I can do it a lot faster. It uses 10 essence at a time. I can set 2 teams out exploring, come back later. So I do explore quite a bit. I also find that I get a lot more of lapis by exploring and finding mines. I get much more lapis than I get in rewards or by plundering others. I never really get much lapis from these plunders. I mean, you're looking at, again, the highest here was 23 lapis if I would win that, and that's a decent group that's in there as well. Or for 2 essence, where when I mine, a lot of times I can get 300, 400 lapis at a time. So I don't usually plunder. If I'm going for lapis, I explore more. Trying to get more raid rewards, I tend to scan a little bit, but that's going to change as the game goes on, based on the amount of people that are exploring, that type of thing. I don't think there's a wrong decision there, but that's where you're going to be getting a lot of your resources that you can then turn around and go sell at the marketplace to get gems. So, all right, how do you level up your? We're kind of working backwards here, but I wanted to start with the gem market, so that's kind of led us down this path. Okay, as you're getting your XP, getting your gold, how do you level up your characters most efficiently? This is where linked comes in, okay? And again, we're talking about free to play here. Let's go to a character that I have not linked. Fletcher, I actually just unlocked, so I have not unlocked him yet. If we come over here to this link right here, it costs 100 gems to unlock the link spot for a character. If you had a team of 4, and you link 2 characters, that means you only have to level up 2 of them, because what this link does is it then shares the level of the linked hero. So if we come over here to BB0, BB0 is currently linked to Selena. My Selena's level 88. So when we go back here, BB8 is now linked to level 88. I have not leveled BB8, oh my goodness, BB0, BB0, I've got Star Wars on the brain. I want to go watch the new Ahsoka. We'll leave that in there. But yeah, I've not spent anything on BB0 because I've just got them linked, and that way you can level them up. So if you link 2 characters, so right now I am leveling up Demayas and Selena. BB0 and Bajoran here are linked. You only have to spend resources on 2 characters and you can level up 4 of them. Level up 2 champions and it levels up 4. That's going to be the most efficient way to level up your champions here. And okay, what happens if, okay, you start out and you level them up and you're leveling up, and then okay, one of the characters that you're leveling up. So let's say Selena now. All of a sudden, I've got a better champion and I want to replace Selena on my team. Well, I've spent all this time leveling her up, and then if I take her out and stop leveling her up, we've got one linked to them. Well, what you can do is you can come back in here, go back to the estate here, go back to the BestSummons estate, and you can actually convert, you can exchange levels. So again, a lot of my guys are exploring, so I can't do it right now, but here's a level 17 Leopold. If I decide, okay, I don't want to level up Leopold anymore, I want to level up Zeke, I can transfer my level from Leopold to Zeke, and all I have to pay is a few gems. It's not very expensive to do this, and you can easily earn these gems from your Mayhem rewards that you then go sell on the market. Okay, this is why having a little bit of access to gems is so important. Being able to unlock those links, being able to use this level exchange. Go ahead and aggressively level up 2 of your characters. I mean, choose the 2 champions you think you're going to keep the longest, but don't worry about if you hit a spot where you get new champions and you're going to replace them, because you will earn more gems by aggressively leveling them up and then you can use those gems to swap that level later if you need to. Then if you kind of play passively, a lot of these games, it's okay, I'm going to conserve my resources at the beginning until I get the hero that I want. I don't want to waste gold, don't want to waste XP leveling up a certain hero, a certain champion, and then it all goes to waste when you move on for them. This game is really nice in that it allows you to convert that for a fairly low fee. Again, this is I did that with I was leveling up Sophia, the champion I started with, had her up to level 70 something, I think, and then swapped it to Selena because I had a lot more stars from the battle pass, and it only cost me about $2 worth of gems, like 200 something gems. It was not expensive at all, and I got those gems from the market. I didn't even have to spend the money to go actually buy those gems. So if you're spending, get a little bit of gems. Spend on linking your characters, unlocking that link spot. And if you want to go spend a little more aggressively, go get the battle pass. That's another, you get a lot of bang for your buck there. We're talking about stepping up significantly. It's what, $28 for a battle pass, and then you start to step it up. But if you want to spend a little bit in the game, that's going to be your most efficient places to spend it. As far as the tokens in the game, what do I buy on a daily basis? So on a daily basis, I will buy this down here. This exploration ticket gets me more lapis, so I can go scan for more raids, get more lapis that way, get more items to sell on the market that way. But that's where that essence there is definitely huge. And then on the early game, I will use my lapis, exchange my lapis that I get to gold so I can buy XP, because early in the game, XP is going to be more of your bottleneck for leveling up champions. I've heard that when you get up to like level 120, level 140 or so, that you start to kind of run out of lapis. So far, I get plenty of lapis to go buy this hero experience. I'm not using a ton of it. So XP is definitely the bottleneck, so I can essentially convert my lapis or my gold into hero experience here. You can do that for 100k experience per day. So those are the two things I'm buying on a daily basis. I haven't really decided if I want to use some of my other tokens here on like a ticket exchange. If I want to get any of these boxes here, I'm kind of just hoarding onto it for now as I wait to decide that. But that's the two things I buy. I get more essence, and I get more XP to help level up my champions. And that's basically it. Do Mayhem. Go sell the items you get for gems, so that I can then turn around and summon more champions to help star up my champions. You can also, if you're wanting to work on your champion's level and you want that XP, so you get the XP from the raid, and you want the XP instead, still go sell it on the market and then come here to your idol rewards. And I've spent it once already, but the first use is 5 gems to get an extra 2 hours of idol rewards. Then it costs 10 gems to get an extra 2 hours of idol rewards. Selling 2 hours worth of XP and then coming and spending 5 or 10 gems here to get that XP back is actually going to net you a little bit. So unless you're to the point where you're buying a lot of these, it's pretty much always better to go sell the XP in the marketplace and then come back and use the gems other places. So there we go. That is my strategy, how I am currently focused on leveling up my champions, progressing in the game without going out and spending a bunch of money on the game. Yes, this game is pay to win, but in order to really unlock a solid progression path in the game, you do not have to spend much. I do think the game is, if you don't have access to the gems, I think the game is very, very limited for true free-to-play players. Go out and spend $1 on the game. It's definitely worth it. Spend $1 on the game, unlock that gem market, and it will open up multiple other progression paths here so that you can get some gems, you can star up your heroes, you can level them up faster, and everything moves just a little bit faster if you just get access to that gem market. So go do that. Let me know what other questions you have. What video guide do you want me to make next? We've got a video on raids coming. A lot of people think raids are pretty simple, but there's some strategy, some tips that I think a lot of people are overlooking that allow them to do a little bit more damage, get a little bit better rewards, progress just a little bit faster. So stay tuned for that video. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'll see you next time. See you on those live streams. Maybe see you in battle.